Hello, welcome to Ephemera Files by Tommy, and this is a flip through of my second Peacock journal. This was made by request, and so she will have the first dibs on this, but if she decides that it's just not her cup of tea, then it will be listed in my Etsy shop as soon as I find that out. This is a biggin. It measures, let me grab a ruler. I just measured it and I already forgot. It measures 5 3/4 by 8.5-ish. And it is about 3 3¼ inches deep when it's tied. It opens a little bit when you open it up, but not a lot. I made this with a lot of digitals from Lindsay Zener at nevermorecreations17.com. I've thrown a few other things in there. I've got some pieces from Susan Taylor Brown and some things from my own shop, and let's just get into it. You can see that it is very purple and blue and green and very bright. I have some extra threads because I just finished this. And there's a whole lot of goodness from the top to the bottom to the sides and even on the spine. It is tied together with these organza ribbons, which are attached to this cummerbund, which she requested. And it comes off. It has this peacock feather pad with some linen, deep plum dyed linen, and some applique and some little baubles there, and a felt doily. I think it's really, really pretty. I like it. And I'll set this to the side. Here on the cover, I also have applique. This is from this same one. I just cut it apart. And another peacock feather. I have created a collage that includes a cupcake liner, some mesh gauze, another of the felt doilies, some more collaged cards. This is actually attached. It is not loose. On the spine, I have some beads, buttons, and these peacock looking charms that I have all hand sewn on. And then the back is this same fabric here that the cover is made of. When we open it up, right here we have my information card that I put in all my journals, and this beautiful peacock fabric here. And I've created a pocket here that the card goes in, and this ink pen that is full of little crystals. And I think it's just so pretty. And it actually fits into the spine part of the journal, into that pocket. And it still lays very flat. Now, as we go through, I am going to take the items out that are inside of it, and then I'll put them back in. This is one of my favorite digitals. I'm gonna have to get a prop here because this is a fat book. This is one of my favorite pictures from the printables from Lindsay Zener's collection, Pretty as a Peacock. And I've added some Tim Holtz sentiments. This one says, "Collect Beautiful Moments." On this peacock, I have added sequins on all of the eyes in its tail. And then we have the lace. This is a printable from my shop. And I'm probably just going to turn pages because most of them are printables, digitals from my shop or Lindsay's. If there is something else, then I will tell you, but that's mostly what they are. This is a scrapbook paper. And here's where the pattern comes in, because I do call it Peacock Patterns. This will be Peacock Patterns 2. And I have stitched around the page after gluing down wrapping paper, and this piece of pattern paper onto the page. Here we have some pockets, little journaling tags, a feather that is large enough to be a journaling tag, and then this pocket goes sideways, and I've created a little folding journaling spot. Here we have another pocket. I have some stenciling here. This stencil is actually from the Dollar Tree. And it has these other feathers on it as well. I just used the peacock feather. This is another journaling card. Whoops, I forgot to cover that up. I'm gonna be putting writing paper on that like I have the other places. This is a top tuck with a little sewn set of 3 journaling pages tucked up underneath. This is a double pocket page with a note card and a second journaling card. Here is another pocket that I have sewn and tucked in this journaling card that is topped with a brad and some raffia, paper ribbon, whatever you want to call it. Little button sewn on there that matches this piece of hand-dyed paper. And this is, let's see, this is, I believe, red cabbage dye. Yes. You would think red cabbage dye would be red, but it's not. Just like you would think avocado dye would be green, but it's not. This is some vintage pom-pom trim that I got from my husband's grandma before she passed away. And there's a few pieces of that in this journal. This is stamped for the general outline, and then I kind of hand drew over it, and then it's also embossed with this new embossing powder that I saw on another channel, and it's Stampendous Shabby Blue Embossing Enamel, and it's very, very pretty. Probably doesn't show up on camera very well, but it's very glimmery. I like it. Here is one of my fabric collages that creates this belly band, and it has a journaling card tucked in. It's a journaling space. Again, I have used the pattern paper and sewn around it. You can still write on this too. It's a very friendly writing surface. This is stamped and stenciled. We have a pocket here with a library card catalog card. Let's see, this is, I looked up, oh, this is from a book called The Bird Parliament, and it talks about peacocks in there. And then another journaling card. Here's the center of the first signature. And on the signature ties, I have feathers on the dangles, and then I have glass beads tied on at the bottom. See, I didn't show you that one. That one is actually spaced for a little more interest. Another pocket here with a guest check that's been stamped. And another journaling card. This is a paper clip, and it just slides on, and I've used that cupcake liner and some of my feather die cuts, a bit of this mesh, scrapbook paper, ribbon, and some fabric back here, and then this trim that has the bead dangles on it. And it is holding this piece of journaling paper on. Let's see, is that ledger? That's ledger paper. Here's more of the pattern that's been sewn around the edges. And that paper clip was also holding on this journaling card. Here is a pocket that is actually a see-through pocket, and you can see the print of the paper on the back side. And this journaling card actually opens up, so you can write on the inside, fold it back up. It's a tag card. I'm not sure which one you want to call it. I do have several washi stickers throughout because the colors went so well. Another one of my fabric collage belly bands and 2 pieces of hand dyed paper. The red cabbage, and this is beet dyed. Here is a tuck, side tuck, that has this little flower from Prima, I believe. I have a music sheet that has journaling space on the back. Here I have another, this is a double pocket. It actually ends up being a triple pocket page if you count the back side, just because of the way I folded the large sheet of paper. I have some extra little journaling papers tucked in there. I have this large journaling card in that back pocket. This Peacock applique is just fastened on with, and then this is funny. After I started making this journal, I had a lot of postcards that I had ordered arrive, and this postcard was in it, and so I had to tuck it into this journal. Here's another of the double pockets. This is painting lessons from the great masters. I don't know why, but I thought it fit in there. Here's a little mandala journaling card. And then on the back side, again, I have one of the top corner tucks with some more of the red cabbage dyed paper. Here I have a paper clip that I have beaded and hung this Tim Holtz peacock feather from. And it is clipped onto this pocket just to help hold this trifold journaling paper in, and it's back with some washi tape behind it. This is a collage of mulberry paper and some hand-dyed paper. There again is the wrapping paper with the pattern and the stitching around. This peacock, I have added the wink of Stella to each of the little eyes so that they glitter. And I have drawn a little peacock feather over here on this side of the paper. And that's the end of the first signature. I think I can get rid of my helper now, at least for a minute. Second signature, I have created a collage on the front with another of the felt doilies, some buttons, and another peacock eye feather. And then there is lace and stitching, and you can see the paper behind. Here is another pocket with 2 more of the doilies, felt doilies, and another cupcake liner. And this little envelope holds another journaling card. I have lace edging on a lot of the pages. This pocket here has 3 more journaling papers, mulberry paper, little vellum pocket here that holds this tag that I have made a flip out with a vellum envelope. And there's a vellum sticker on there. This is some of the dyed paper, and I've tucked in another piece of the dyed paper into the envelope. And I can't get a hold of it right now. There we go. Right there. I feel like I'm talking in a monotone. I've kind of had a crabby day. I've been a crab. I'm getting over it, but it's slow. I have added this little piece of fabric up here as a tab, and then there's writing space. This is coffee dyed paper on the back. Here's another one of my fabric collages, and this one I included some of the peacock feathers that come from further down on the what is that called? The feather base, I don't know. Somebody knows and they'll tell me in the comments, I'm sure. And then I've got some lace and some yarn in there as well. In this pocket, I have just placed this vellum bag with a vellum sticker on it and another card catalog card that says adaptive coloration in animals. Thought that was fitting. Once again, I have sewn this pocket into the center or not into the center. I have sewn this pocket into the signature, get the right word out. And I have another journaling card on music paper. And on this side I have a collage with washi stickers and some of the music and another Tim Holtz Be Your Beautiful Self. Here I just have some ink. It's not ombre, because ombre I think would be all three colors the same, right? I'm not sure, but that is just inking on the edges, and I just like the look. I thought it was very pretty. This is a copy of my hand-dyed paper. I have another sheet music in here that I've reinforced the folds with washi tape because it's from an old book, old sheet music book. And then you've got some journaling space there. This is some pom-pom trim. I do not think that that came from my husband's grandma. And then here, I lined this up so that it's kind of a fool the eye. And then when you open it up, you've got some journaling space there as well. I think this paper's gorgeous. And it goes so well with this peacock over here. Here I have another pocket with two journaling cards in it and lace on the edge. A little tag here being held on with a tiny Tim Holtz paper clip and some fuzzy yarn that curls. So it's just, I don't know. It's so whimsical the way it curls up. I really like it. Some reverse stenciling on that page, another washi sticker. Here again, I have colored in the eyes of the penguin's tail with the Wink of Stella. And this signature has the feathers. This feather is sandwiched with some mulberry paper in between. And then I've got the glass beads again. Here's a lace pocket that holds another journaling card. This flips open. That one I remembered to put the paper in. I'll have to remember to put the paper backing on the other ones. And this lace pocket is sewn on. It's not just glued. You can see the stitching on the back. This is a folded pocket that has pockets. It's a pocket of pockets. So I have a lace tag in that one. No, a lace print tag. I have two hold this ticket stubs tucked into that pocket. I have another journaling tag that you can open up and write on in that pocket. Here we have another journaling card. And then on the inside, I've just tucked some scraps of the hand-dyed paper in that pocket. And it's held on with this Tim Holtz tiny clip. I have a little collage down here. Here I have another journaling card that's held on with this paper clip. I'm going to go ahead and turn the page. This is it's not a peacock print, but it is very much peacock colors, and I really thought it was pretty. And I just put it onto that altered paper clip. A little journaling card that this clip holds onto the page. Another Tim Holtz tiny, let's see, it's clippings. That was from the clippings. This little paper clip is helping to hold this journaling card into that very skinny pocket. It needs a little help. Here's some more of the vintage pom-pom from my husband's grandma. This page has a pocket that has messy thread and this little die cut. This is actually from the middle of another die cut. And then I have these two journaling cards. That is all collaged. It's just the one pocket right there, I think. Yes. And this is an envelope that I've tucked in some die cut scalloped circles, little collage on the back, and then this peacock on the front. This is glued down just because it didn't want to stay on the page very well. Here's the other side of that pocket, and you pull on this, I believe that's a passion flower. I've collaged on the page. When you open it up, there's journaling space inside, little stamp at the top. Here's some of the sari braid. I got this from it's not, I think it's vintage. No, it's Victorian something. I'll link it as soon as I find out. It's from one of these Victorian Gypsy Girl. That's who it is. And it's just a whole bunch of sari that has been braided. Some of it's laying out flat, some of it's sewn together. Just happened to be in a part of that ball that went so well with this journal. I've got a tab here. And then this is not a pocket, this is part of the collage. And inside this envelope, well, first let's do this. I have this little card here that says "See the Good," and I've got this peacock colored button that I've sewn onto this card and then glued it to the vellum bag. This becomes part of the collage with the patterned paper and the fabric. This is batik. And then I have a journaling card. And this yarn helps to pull this card up out of the pocket because it sits down a little low to grab. Let's see. And it says "Be Original," another Tim Holtz quote. I have some very sparkly rickrack right there that I really think is pretty. Here is a paper clip, hidden paper clip, that I broke a couple of beads trying to put them onto one of the strings, and I glued them on here, the halves, and I think it looks really nice. I have this pendant, and it was holding something on the back side, I believe. I should have probably turned the page first. No, it was just on there. That's right. It was just on there. I have this vellum print from one of the pages in Lindsay's kits. And I like that this is a piece of my original art. And I like that you can see the colors through the vellum. And I think it works really well, those two together. Here we have one of my folded pockets. And it holds a book of paper. It's just a little small one, really nice, sewn together. And then here I have a computer card that I have stenciled and tucked right in there. This is part of the collage. Here we have some more of that paper where I had made the flip out and it matched the background paper. I have a note card, a little envelope that I've added a strip of that too. And in here I have another journaling card. And in the back pocket I have a large or tall journaling card, washi tape, some lace, the pattern over the front of the scrapbook paper. This is a collage. This is flocked paper, and I like the feel of it. I just sit here and do this all day. And I made a pocket out of it on the back. And here's another piece of the hand-dyed paper. It's different on both sides. That's funny how that turned out, because this is this a print? Oh, it's not so funny because it's a print, but it's still very pretty. Here I've made a flip, and this is the first time I've done this. I just used an actual napkin. I cut a quarter panel, put it on the top, and sewed it with the rest of them, and it works really well. I have all kinds of paper in here, a little bit of several things that I used thus far in the journal. So lots of places to write. Here I have another of the little envelope pockets that has a claim check card in it. Some more of the small feathers from the peacock lower part. And then a collage with a ticket, some sequins, that little print. It's very pretty. Here's a collage on this envelope. And in it is another journaling card that holds another journaling card. This all flips out. You've got lots of space to write. I must have glued that down. Oh, no, I made a pocket there and didn't put anything in it. So you've got room, she's got room to put it in there herself if she wants. Here's another piece of that same sari that is braided, and the colors are perfect right here. Here's a flip out to write, and then this batik fabric creates a pocket with another journaling spot on the back of sheet music. Here I have some trim that has the green and the blue, and it just went perfectly with that page, and I love how it looks hanging out the bottom. Here's a belly band made out of a label, and then it has this poem that I believe is in French, so I cannot read it, but it has the pretty peacock on the front. Oops, put that over there with a whole other big pile. Here is another of my ticket paper clips, and I've added this. I don't know if it's a pendant. I don't remember how it was sold, and that is holding this flip closed. This belly band is made out of sheet music and some of the pattern paper and the wrapping paper. And then it's got these 3 journaling cards on it, being held together with a tiny paper clip. And on the back side, that clip was holding this piece of watercolor paper that the colors, I think, went perfectly. And so you can write on the back side because that paint is light enough. More washi stickers. I love how they just kind of melt into the page. Here's another set of signature ties with the feathers and the beads. This bead is from Greece, from a broken bracelet that I got while I was there. It wasn't broken when I got it there. It broke after I got home, but I got the bracelet there. Here's the 3-dimensional sticker that's sitting on the bottom of that page, being so pretty. Here is a pocket that I made out of a fabric sample, and I sewed washi tape at the top to help create the edge. These are the Susan Taylor Brown digitals, and they're gorgeous, and made those 2 giant tag journaling cards. Here's another pocket that is sewn on with this journaling card. A little bit of stamping on the back. Let's see, this is a double pocket with a journaling card and another journaling card. This one is sewn at the top with some of the fabric from that sample and some washi tape and a couple of scalloped circles. This one has a couple of scalloped circles on the front as well. And then another large scallop oval on the back. This is a flip out, and this envelope matches that. There is nothing in the envelope. I will let the owner fill it with whatever. Close that back up. Here is another journaling card that just slides over the corner of the paper. Opens up, and you got a lot of space to write. Being held with this tiny paper clip, Tim Holtz paper clip. Beautiful peacock image on the front. More of the pattern paper. More of the washi and that sparkly rickrack. Here is another collage belly band. It's actually 2 layers. and another Susan Taylor Brown print. And on the back side, there's this top tuck that holds on this postcard. Nice piece of lace there, and I didn't want to get rid of it, and I thought it fit very well there. Here is another of my fabric collages. There is some batik fabric back there, some fuzzy fluffy yarn, a piece of scrapbook paper that says memories. There is a whole peacock feather down the center of that. So this is a chunky paper edge. And then I have a pin, a vintage pin on it as well. There's the back, there's the batik fabric. In this pocket, I have another journaling sheet. Here's another of the folded pockets. And this is a journaling card that, this is from Susan Taylor Brown, and then the peacock I have put onto the front. I've backed it with the pattern paper, which, like I said before, you can write on it just fine. This is also a piece of my art, and again, the vellum. It looks really pretty together, layered like that. Here's, I think, the last pocket, and it has a journaling card and a little feather, and then another feather in behind. It's a double pocket. Another of the washi stickers. Some black lace to help finish off the journal. And then at the very back, I have this bulldog clip that I have added lace and this brad with druzy in the center of it. And here is the writing board. Nice and sturdy. And it's got the peacocks right in the center. Here's the back pocket. As of yet, there is nothing in it. This just clips right on there. And then there's the back of the journal. And without all the stuff, it lays just very well. Very, very parallel front and back covers. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. I hope I didn't say too many times. It's been a trying few weeks, and maybe at some point I can share with you what's really been going on. I know in my last video I said something about moving, and at the same time I said something about emotions, and I think I need to talk about some stuff in my next video. But until then, I hope that you have just a wonderful spring ahead of you, and I just want to remind you to be kind always. Bye.